Good morning, people. I'm back. Today is the day we've been looking forward to. The surface area pyramids. Are you ready? I'm ready. I am fired up today, people. Watch out. Alright, so we got a few pyramid jokes to get you started off with to get the day started. So here we go. You ready? First question, first joke. What did the old Egyptian get by staring at the river? What did the old Egyptian get by staring at the river? Senile. Get it? He's staring at the river. He's senile. Where do pharaohs like to eat? Where do pharaohs like to eat? Better go through the drive-thru, right? Can't go inside. Pizza Tut. Pharaohs like to eat at Pizza Tut. All right, and here's our last one. Why don't mummies take vacations? Why don't mummies take vacations? Because they're afraid to unwind. They're afraid to unwind. Okay, so there we go. We got you started out with a couple of good jokes. Now let's talk about the surface area pyramids. You ready? Okay, so just in review, okay, we've been talking about this a couple lessons now. So these are all the surface area words outside of, we're not talking about the inside space, we're talking about the outside space. So we got cover it. Maybe cover it with plastic. Maybe cover it with wrapping paper. Maybe, and I got wrapping paper down here. Paint it. Maybe cover it with paint. Cover it with something. Okay. You make a box. You put icing on a cake, and anything in square units. All right. So that would be inches squared, centimeters squared, feet squared, meters squared, and of course that contrasts with the stuff for volume, because everything in volume is in cubic units. Okie dokie. So you got some problems coming up here today and tomorrow. In the future, that are going to be a couple different types of pyramids. So we're going to talk about the square pyramid, rectangular pyramid, and then we'll do the triangular pyramid last. I'll try to do them like 5 minutes a piece or less. So let's start out with the square pyramid first. Okay, probably going to have more of those than anything. And square pyramids are very similar to the last thing we talked about, which is triangular pyramids. All the pyramids, it doesn't matter what kind of pyramid it is, they have 5 faces. Okay, so you're going to find the area of all 5 faces, add it up, get the total. So if you took a square pyramid, I'm going to slide this up a little bit, and of course you've got the base that's a square, okay, then you're going to have triangular sides coming off each one of those. And I'll just give you this little thing here, okay. So you've got your one square there, okay, and then you've got your 1, 2, 3, 4 triangular parts, okay. So you got one square plus 4 triangles. So if you remember the square area formula, okay, to get the area of a square, it's side times side. Alright, to get the triangle area, it's base times height divided by 2. Alright, and then we'll talk about how to do that. Okay, so let's say I'm going to draw the picture of just a triangular one here for you to have it. So let's say, a square pyramid. So let's say we got this square pyramid. Dotted in there to give that little 3D effect. Okay. So let's say down here we knew this was 30 meters. Okay. Which of course if it's 30 meters there, it's going to mean it's 30 meters over here. Then they're going to have this lateral little line coming down through here like we've seen before, and it's going to have that little right angle thing on it, okay, and they'll probably have a little arrow drawn in there like that and tell you that maybe that's 40 meters, okay. So I'm going to do the square part here first. So let's get the area of that square bottom down there, okay. That base down there would be 30 times 30, okay, side times side, 30 times 30. Or you could, of course, just say it's 30 squared if you got a squared button on your calculator. Over here, I'll do it both ways. So let's say we've got 30 times 30. Maybe you don't have a squared button. Of course, that's 900. And if you do 30 squared, of course, if you got the squared button, that's also going to give you 900. Okay, so there's the part for the square. 30 times 30, 900. Now, let's talk about these triangle parts. Okay. So we know we have 4 of them, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's get the area of one of them, and then we'll just multiply it by 4. Later on I'll talk to you about a different formula that can go with these, but right now we're just going to do it this way. All right. So my base of my triangle here, okay, or here if you want to look at it this way, okay, is 30. The height of my triangle is 40. So that would be base is 30 times the height, which is 40, and I'm going to divide that by 2, okay? 30 times 40 divided by 2. So 30 times 40 is 1,200, and 1,200 divided by 2, of course, is 600. All right, and how many of those do I have? How many triangular sides are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's 600, 600, 600, 600. So 600 times 4, of course, or 4 times 600 is 2,400. So now I'm going to add the triangles and the squares together. Okay, so that's 900 plus 2,400, and that's simple enough. So the total surface area for this pyramid, of course, if you do 900 plus 2,400, you get 3,300, and that would be meters squared. All right. So if you're going to cover that, paint it, make a box, put wrapping paper around it, okay, whatever it might be, 3,300 meters squared. So find the area of the square by doing side times side, what we got there. Find the area of any of the triangles, because they're all the same, so just find the area of one of your triangles, base times height divided by 2. When you get the area of one of them, okay, you can just multiply it by 4, and then you've got it. Now for you really intelligent people out there, okay, you smart Egyptians, you'll notice, well, hey, if I just do 1,200 times 2, that would have given me 2,400, and that would be for all 4 sides. So you smart folks, you can understand what I'm talking about. You can just do 30 times 40, then that would give you the area of 2 of the triangles, and then you can just multiply that by 2, and you've got all 4. Okay, so there is a formula you'll probably see some places about that. All right, so I did that one pretty quick. That's a square pyramid. All right, let's do a rectangular pyramid. Pretty much the same, except, of course, it doesn't have a square bottom. It's got a rectangular bottom, so we're going to find the area of a rectangle. And then we'll find, again, the same part over here. Going to find the area of 4 triangles. So I'm just going to go ahead and do a little rectangular pyramid.
So it goes back a little bit more that way. And you can see that it's still going to have the same look, basically. Okay, so let's say over here that we knew this was, let's use some bigger numbers, 200 feet. And let's say this way it was 275 feet. And then again, you'll have that lateral height coming dropping in over here. You'll have your little right angle square. Okay. Alright, and so let's say they give you the little arrow into that, and let's say that that's, let's just make it 310 feet. Okay, so let's say this is more like a pyramid standing out there in the middle of the valley out in the middle of Egypt. Okay, so let's start out with the rectangle. Again, if we go back to our picture up here that we had, okay, you've got the one rectangle in here, then you've got these 4 triangles going around the edge of it. Okay, so to get the area of a rectangle, of course, it's length times width, and that would be 275 is the length, and 200 is the width. So we're doing 275 times 200 feet. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and come over here and clear that off. 275 times 200 means the area of the rectangle bottom, okay, the area of the rectangle, 55,000 feet squared. Okay, so we got that. Again, that's length times width, and that gives you the area of the rectangular bottom. Now I've got, of course, 4 triangles that are going around it, so we're still going to use the same formula that we used up here. For a triangle, of course, it's base times height divided by 2. Hopefully you can see all that. Alright, so the base of the triangle is 200, the height of it's 310, so 200 times 310 divided by 2, 200 times 310 divided by 2, and that's 31,000. Okay, How many of those are there? Well, let me slide that over so you can see a little better. 31,000. There are 4 of them, okay, just like we had on our picture up here. 31,000, 31,000, 31,000, 31,000. There are 4 of them. So 31,000 times 4. Of course, I think it's 124,000, but we'll just do it right there. 124,000 is right. Okay. So 124,000 for the triangles. That's also feet squared. So now, of course, I'm just going to add these two together. Add the rectangle and the 4 triangles. So 55,000 plus the 124,000 gives you a grand total of, what you got? 179,000? Okay. So the surface area for that is 179,000 feet squared. Okay. So now, again, for you really smart people, you'll know if you do 200 times 310, that would give you 62,000. And then if you take 62,000 and just multiply it by 2, that would give you all 4 of the triangles. So that's all right. Now, real fast, to finish up, we got the 4th and final example today. That'll be the triangular pyramid. I think you got one of these on your work you're going to be doing. Okay, now this is not as easy to draw as you might think, so let me make sure I look at one. Okay. Alright, so let me come down here and let's see if I do that. Now, triangular pyramid
is a little bit different, okay? The thing about triangular pyramid is it only has 4 faces, but most of the time they're all the same, okay? So they're all congruent. Okay? So if you find the area of one of the faces, you just multiply it by 4, and then you've got it, okay? So that's the way we're going to pretend this one is. I think most of them are that way. You don't have a whole lot of them. But let's just say, all right, so you know that down here, let's say it's 75 centimeters. And then, of course, they're going to give you the little drop-down height thing again. And you got a little arrow pointing into that. Let's say that's 87 centimeters. Okay. And so all we got to do is find the area of a triangle, because it's made up of triangles. Of course, that's base times height divided by 2. So the base is 75, and the height is 75 is touching down here. 87 is the one touching here. So the base is 75, the height's 87. Go and divide that by 2. Okay. 75 times 87 is, oh, can y'all see it? A little glare there. 6,525. Alright, I'm going to divide that by 2 to get the area of just one triangle. Alright, 3,262.5. And there are 4 of them, okay, because it's got 4 faces that are congruent. So all 4 of the triangles, okay. So if you drew it out like this, you got that one, and you got that one, then you got that one, and then you got that one. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4. All 4 of the faces are congruent. So you just take that area that we got there, multiply it by 4, ding, ding, and the grand total surface area for this triangular pyramid is 13,050, and that would be centimeters squared. Alright, so in summary, people, we've got pyramids that have 5 faces, and those would be the square pyramid. It's got 5 faces. Okay, so find the area of the square bottom. Okay, get the area of the 4 triangles, add them up. Okay, rectangular pyramid, very similar to the square, got 5 faces. Find the area of the rectangular bottom, length times width, get the area of the 4 triangles, base times height divided by 2, just like we did up here. Get the area of the rectangle, add up the 4 triangles, add it all together, you got the surface area. Triangular one is the one that's a little bit different. It's only got 4 faces, okay? Got 4 congruent faces, so find the area of one face, okay? Just your normal base times height divided by 2 for a triangle. and all 4 of them should be the same. So, you know, find that area and multiply it by 4. Okay. That'll do it for today, folks. I hope you are having a good day. Hope you're having a good morning. Hope you're having a good night for those of you night owls that are staying up till midnight doing my math work. Holy cow. Just remember, if you got questions, comments, concerns, you can email me at dreid@davidson.k12.nc.us. And until next time, people, wayo, 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 walk like an Egyptian.